Hey, today we're going to take a quick look and see what's inside this COMVOLT 4200 12 volt portable power station that we did a full test on in our previous video. We've gotten some feedback. Folks say, hey, I want to see what's inside this thing because it's a pretty compact package that has a large battery. It's a 328 amp hour battery, but also an inverter and a nice display, all these receptacles, and a solar charge controller, and it's all fit inside this this case. So we're gonna pop the case open and see if we can make sense of what's inside. But what's unique about this power station is that it gives you direct access to the battery through this 120 amp 12 volt DC output, as well as a couple of 40 amp plugs that you can make use of. And I'm curious to see how it's connected inside to give you access to the battery and really kind of see how this thing is put together. What we can see here on the outside is that we have these this lid that looks like it's removable. There's all these little hex screws that we can remove and probably just pull this whole top off. So I figured out that it's a 4mm hex socket. So we're going to remove all these and we'll pop the lid and see what we can see inside. Just going to come right off. Here we go. All right, let's take a peek. As we expected, we have the bulk of this power station is batteries. It looks like there's 4 cells and they're connected in series. So I imagine each one of these are 328 amp hour cells, and they should be 3.3, 3.4 volts. Yeah, 3.33, 3.33, 3.334. Okay, 3.33. So yeah, pretty well balanced. And we've got our positive out here and the negative over here. So we should have our 13.33 volts. So yeah, so pretty large, thick lithium iron phosphate cells here. On the top appears to be our BMS, as far as I can tell. We've got a power coming here on the positive terminal, goes all the way around here and to this point here to probably power the BMS. The negative goes through here. Let's see. Yeah, we've got these here. We see our large, looks like these are 6 AWG cables going to our Anderson plug here on the back. The negative side goes to this lug here, and the positive to this one here, which looks like it's going to this board down here, which is probably, I'm guessing, the inverter. All right, now I can get a better look in there. Okay, on the front here, this is the front display and where a lot of the DC receptacles are. We've got our 2 big DC ones here in our cigarette lighter style. It looks like they're all soldered to this board here. You can see a couple more here coming off of this positive bus and the negative bus. These are 7 AWG cables going to these plugs here. So everything's soldered on there pretty well. One thing I notice here on the inverter side, this one's bent. So it's not really a problem, I don't see, but it looks like somebody was really pushing on this when they're assembling this case and probably bent this little fin here. I could probably bend it back. I'll leave it for now. Yeah, so we got a bunch of MOSFETs here. So this is probably all of our inverter stuff. There's another little board I can see at the bottom of this PCB here. Looks like it might be a Bluetooth board. I don't know. I'm just guessing. On the front of the inverter here, we also have a bunch of fuses. So right here, there's like 5 50 amp fuses there. And what do we got? It's a little connector here that's not connected to anything. Looks like it's attached to the power switch, so maybe it's an optional component that's just not being used right now in this model. Everything seems to be torqued down. I don't see anything that's really loose. You know, we've got that bent little fin there on the heat sink. But on the bottom, it looks like there's 2 more fans. Yeah, there's 2 fans on the bottom here that blow air up. So that's going to blow it across these heat sinks on this side and on this side. We've got 2 fans in the back here that pull air through, and we've got our vent on the front and our 2 fans on the bottom here on the inverter pulling air up this way and out that way. All right, on the back here we have our big Anderson connector on the top here. This is a DC connection for 120 amps. These 2 AC plugs here at 120 volts. Now it looks like these run all the way up to the inverter side. If we take a look over there, yeah, there's a blue and green that go here that is switched through the inverter switch on the front. And this is our solar charge controller input for up to 45 volts and 400 watts max, it says. The solar goes into this this unit here, which, yeah, looks kind of like a buck converter. Let's see if I have one here. Looks very similar to this, but I mean, this could be a solar charge controller, it could be just a regular converter. The output of that that controller, the solar controller or converter, I'm not sure what it is, goes right to this Anderson connector too on the negative and the positive, which is wired back to the main 12 volt bus here. So that's where that's set up. Let's do a quick look, see if we missed anything. Looks like our bus bars on the battery cells are these expandable kinds, so that's good. Looks like these 2 here might be temperature sensors wired to the BMS here. I can see on the BMS here it also says COMVOLT. I think that pretty much covers it. Let's see if we can get it put back together and fire back up. All right, still working, and I even bent that heat sink back into shape. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments, and if you want to see the full review and test of this, be sure to go watch this video up here in case you missed it. But I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.